Back in with Rants in just a little bit, but right now we'd like to welcome back to the show Yoli from Explore Jax Corps, and today we're talking about history and a specific history, and that is Flag Day.
Oh, yes.
So Yoli, welcome back.
Thank you.
And I just want to say that when I had the opportunity to go on a tour with you, I learned so much. And today we're going to dive into a specific category, and that is Flag Day, but not just the national flag. There's some local ones as well that I didn't realize the history. So let's start out with the national flag.
So the National Flag Day is in honor of our, the American flag. And it was initially, and I could toss around a bunch of dates.
Sure.
Right, but there's so many dates in history that I don't want to focus on that. I kind of want to focus on the intent, which is about patriotism. It's about, the United States of America being independent and creating its own flag. Flags are not synonymous with the United States. A lot of countries have them, and our flag was, say, dedicated and recognized officially as a Flag Day in 1916. But before that, the first versions of the flag were designed and created in 1770 through 1777, somewhere in there. There's debate about who and what and things along that line. And so we know that in 1916, Woodrow Wilson, he makes it National Flag Day. And then we have in 1960, it's the last version of this flag, and that's when we had Alaska come in as our 50th state.
Yeah, we added the star in on that. And it's interesting, throughout time, they keep changing around with the stars, how they were aligned in there to make it symmetrical and to make it work. So this is pretty interesting too. Obviously, there's different types of flags. One of them that I wasn't aware of was Juneteenth flag. So there's an actual flag for that.
Yes, there's an actual flag for Juneteenth, and Juneteenth, for those of you who are not aware, is the day that those enslaved persons in America were, when we got the message, those people that were in Galveston, Texas, finally got the message when the Union troops arrived to say, hey, you've been freed via the Emancipation Proclamation, which was signed 2-3 years earlier.
Yeah.
And so the importance of the flag, as you could see, there's a particular design, and that's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about, designs of the flag. And that particular Juneteenth flag is designed to represent the blue, and the red represents that those newly enslaved, freed enslaved people or enslaved persons, that the red and the blue indicates that they are American. The star in the middle indicates the Lone Star State, which is Texas, and the outer star indicates that those emancipated persons are in fact American as well. And the date was added in, I believe, in the year 2007. But the flag was initially designed and created in the year 2000. So that's some many years post-emancipation.
Yeah, that is really remarkable too, just like the history behind it, but then also to the design and the thought process that goes into not just that flag, but all the flags out there, really throughout the world. Now, one of the things I want to touch on too, so the bicentennial, so the big day really is tomorrow, the 15th, right?
Yes.
And I've talked about your tour so much. I've learned just a ton of stuff. And even living here in this type of show, you're exposed to a lot of history, but the niche history that you provided was awesome.
Right.
So I'll put you on the spot real quick.
Oh, boy.
What is one historical little nugget that it's like your favorite? That maybe, it's a little bit like off the beaten path or whatever.
Well, actually, there's just one.
Yeah,
So
for the sake of time.
There's actually a huge granite stone, and it's on Main Street between Union and First, right across from the Springfield Park, which was formerly the Confederate Park, and right by the water treatment plant. But there's a stone there. It stands about maybe 6 feet tall and maybe 5 feet wide. And so that has a particular history around Mr. Broward, who was a resident of the Broward family, has a long and storied history, and that particular granite has a pretty interesting past to it. And I won't reveal any more than you got to take the tour in order to find out more about it.
That sounds good. But there's a lot of hidden gems just all around the area for you to stop and explore. And if people want to learn about what you do and explore Jack's Corps and go on a tour, how can they do that?
They can visit explorejackscorps.com, and you can book your tour there. And I would suggest please follow me on Instagram, same title, Explore Jack's Corps, and Facebook. It's all the same thing, Explore Jack's Corps. You'll find me there. I'll be your history detective, and we will go on excursions unlike anyone else.
Yoli, thanks again for all your time and information. We appreciate having you on. Stick around, more to come right after this.
Sorry, we couldn't get up.